In an ancient city long ago, people buzzed with activity. They had decent houses, enough food, and believed that life was good. There was one man, though, called Francisco, who from an early age sensed that something was wrong. To his friend, Francisco said,
"They're dreaming. I can see it. The loops, the habits, the automatic speech."
And because he saw this, he searched. He read until his eyes burned. He learned the names of illusions, the shapes of the self, the arguments against reality itself. When he finished one book, another appeared, as if the shelves themselves were conspiring. He read books about awakening, then books about the books, then commentaries on the commentaries. Along the walls of his house hung doors of every kind, golden doors, wooden doors, doors etched with sacred patterns. One day, sitting with a friend in a quiet cafe, Francisco said,
"I've read the books, all of them, or enough of them that they've started repeating each other.
That's usually how you know you're getting close to the end.
Or the beginning, eh?"
One evening, as the city lights flickered like tired thoughts, a knock came at the door. An old woman appeared.
I hear you collect doors.
I do. Come in.
She walked slowly through his house, touching nothing.
These are beautiful.
Each one comes from a teaching that I've mastered.
What's behind that one?
Non-duality.
And that one?
Emptiness.
Which one do you use?
Use?
Yes, to pass through.
They point. Passing through comes later.
The woman nodded, as though confirming something to herself. That night, the man dreamed he was walking through his house when he noticed something strange. There were no walls. The doors hung freely in open space, leading nowhere. Startled, he reached for the nearest door and pulled. It did not open. He asked a woman who was sitting nearby knitting.
Why won't they open?
You locked them.
I didn't lock anything.
You locked them with knowing.
He woke up distraught, his mind already building explanations. To himself, he said,
Maybe the answers are out there in the world somewhere.
And so, Francisco began traveling. He crossed deserts to meet men who wore white, climbed hills to meet women who spoke in riddles, and spent years underlining sentences that promised liberation. Each teacher pointed somewhere else. Each map led to another map. One morning he went to see a teacher said to be truly awake. The teacher lived in a plain hut and swept the ground endlessly.
Good day. And to you, sir.
He queried the master.
I understand illusion. I know the self is a construction. I know awareness is already free.
What remains? Sweep. That's all.
The man swept. Dust returned. He swept again. His mind screamed. After hours of sweeping, he threw the broom down.
This is pointless. You are avoiding the real work.
But so are you.
He sought out another teacher.
You must let go of the self.
Which self?
The one asking the question.
Later, in another country, another teacher shook his head.
Enlightenment cannot be written. You must practice. I've been practicing for 10 years. Then practice, not practicing.
Francisco bowed. He always bowed. On the journey home, he wondered.
If truth is everywhere, why does it keep hiding itself?
Finally home, Francisco sat alone. No incense, no mantra, no goal, just sitting. Inside, something loosened. Not resistance, not disbelief. Fatigue.
All right, I give up.
Nothing dramatic happened. No light, no voice, no cosmic download. Instead, something ordinary occurred. He noticed his breathing, not as a technique, not as a lesson, just happening. Then, a thought arose.
This is pointless.
And then he noticed that he noticed it.
Oh,
It wasn't a realization with content. It didn't explain the universe. It didn't solve suffering. It simply revealed something that had never been absent. Francisco thought to himself.
so all that effort?
Then he remembered.
The effort is necessary, not because it brought you to this point, but because it exhausts the one who thinks he has to lead.
Francisco laughed, a quiet, surprised laugh, not because he had found an answer, but because the questioner had loosened its grip. He returned to his village and lived like everyone else. He lived within it, not above it, not apart from it, awake enough to care.
So, did you finally wake up?
I stopped trying to.
That's it?
That's everything.
What did the doors teach you?
The only thing keeping the doors closed was my own perception.
So, you had already decided what was on the other side?
Yes, by labeling the doors, I had created fixed concepts that prevented the doors from opening.
The doors hanging in his house became firewood. Something fundamental had shifted. He no longer stood apart, asking for life to reveal itself. Rather, he was more porous. He did not announce his awakening. He still read books, still traveled sometimes, still listened to teachers when they spoke. He lived like everyone else.
You expected truth to look a certain way then?
Yes, I had too much certainty. I was putting concepts into a box.
It sounds like you let go of your knowing.
Yes, once a person expects truth to look a certain way, he cannot see what is there.
He discovered that, all along, the one who had been searching had always been a ray of the very light he sought. And the awakening, if it could be called that, was not an arrival. It was a lightness of being.